this is Ranjan from Just Tutors, and today we are going to learn about Pictograph. Now, in this session, what we are going to learn is listed down here in 3 bullet points. So the first one is making simple pictographs using table. Now, we'll also learn to make pictographs using scaling method. That's what we are going to learn. And we'll also learn how to interpret informations based on pictographs. Now here are a few warm-up questions for you to practice, so why don't you pause the video and work out these 4 questions just to begin with. Now this is our first topic, which is making simple pictographs using table. Now what is a pictograph actually? So pictograph is used to visualize the information using pictures by given data. So you already know about data and how data is arranged using tables so that it will be really convenient for us to work out information based on some data. So let's have a look at this given example below. So there is a basket having different vegetables in it. Now here is the data in the form of table below. So this is the name of the vegetable in the basket and how many vegetables are there each. So tomatoes are 4, capsicum 3, carrot 6, mushroom 5, and potatoes 7. So this is how you represent data in the form of a table. Now, so as we discussed already what a pictograph is in brief, so let's have a look how does a pictograph looks like. So actually pictograph helps us to show the data more effectively and easy to read. So in the following table which you see down here, we can draw a number of vegetables as given in the data on the previous slide in front of the names. So tomatoes, see, tomatoes can be drawn like this, capsicum right here, carrot, and this is right here, carrot, and mushroom, that's right here, and potato here we have. So when we write the amounts of things on a given table, we can use the pictures instead so that we can show the data more effectively. That's all pictogram or pictograph is all about. Now let's try to make another example here. Here's a table below of liking of subjects in a group of 10 students. So there are 10 students in some class, and these are the name of the subjects below: Hindi, English, Math, Science and Arts. Now out of 10, 5 students like Hindi, 5 students like English, 9 students like Math. Wow, everybody likes Math. And Science, 4 students, Arts, 6 students. So these are the numbers of students which like their favorite subjects, right? Now how we can use our knowledge of pictogram to make it look more effective? So we can draw figures, right? So we can draw figures like that. See, for Hindi we can draw small circles like this. Let me draw it for you, and here we go. And yeah, 5 circles. Let's suppose for Science we can draw 4 circles, and there are 4 students who like Science. So yeah, that's good. So now we can make it look more effective by doing this, which is put on Hindi inside H for Hindi. So these counters are H for Hindi, and These are for science. S, right there. So we can use pictures instead to, tabulate our data, to represent our data. Now you see, sometimes we have a large number of data, not like the previous questions where we had all the numbers less than 10. So while making it, it will be really difficult to draw a large number of pictures. Let's suppose we have 50 of something, 50 of students who like maths, so you cannot draw 50 counters on a graph. That will be really time taking. So let's have a look at the example below, and there is where scaling, the word scaling, comes into place. Now we'll see what scaling is. Let's have a look at this example first. There is a shop having data about the numbers of books sold in each day of the week. So days and number of books sold. Monday 12 books, Tuesday 10 books, Wednesday 16 books, Thursday 8 books, Friday 8 books, and Saturday 14 books. Now how we can use our concepts of pictograph to represent this data given in this table here. So let's move ahead, let's see. So the example which we just discussed was in the table form. Now if you want to make it more clear, beautiful, effective, you can use pictures, right? That's pictograph is. So that's what we are going to do here. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all listed down, the days right here. Now books, now we are actually drawing books here, isn't it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 books, right? But on one day 12 books were sold, isn't it? So there is what scaling comes into place. Here the scale is 1 picture represents 2 books. So we always use scaling to represent data when we have a large amount of data or big numbers in the data. So here 1 book represents one picture represents 2 books. That means if there are 6 pictures of books, that is equal to 6 times 2, which is 12 books. Similarly, if we'll check out Tuesday, we have 5 books. That means if 5 pictures, then that represents 5 times 2, which is 10 books. And so on. You can work out how many books are there in each day which were sold. So this is a very effective manner of representing big data using pictograph, which is scaling. So scaling is the word. Now here we have another question. Let's have a look at this question. Here is a survey of a fruit shop for 3 weeks. We found the data of number of oranges sold in each week. So the data is given here. Week 1, number of oranges sold is 80. Week 2, number of oranges sold is 50. Week 3, number of oranges sold is 60. Now these are large amount of numbers, 80, 50, 60, so you cannot practically draw 80 oranges in this table here, isn't it? So look at this bubble, think bubble here. So what common thing you notice in the number? Do you find any common multiple of 80, 50 and 60? Can you think about a suitable scaling here? Well, yes, 10 would be a good number to think about. So if we'll draw, let me show you. If we'll draw here, let's say we're going to draw, hold on, yeah, so let's say we are going to draw oranges like this. 1 orange, 2 orange, 3, 4 and 5. So 5 oranges. You'll say no, there were 50 oranges. Yeah, but we are using scaling here, isn't it? Do you remember? So 10 for each. So we'll use the scaling. The scale would be that one orange, one picture actually of orange represents 10 oranges. So that's where scaling comes into place. So we'll draw 5 pictures and they will represent 50 oranges. Hope you have understood it by now, what scaling is. Now, let's have a look at interpreting pictographs. What do we mean by interpreting pictographs? Interpreting is reading the information and make it useful so that we can draw some results, some conclusions, some informations from the graph. So let's have a look at this example. This is one pictograph because we are using pictures in this graph. So let's have a look very carefully and then try to answer the given questions. So baseball liked by class 4 students. These are the sports liked by students in a class 4th. So now these are the sports: baseball, football, soccer, hockey and basketball. So now baseball is 5. No, that's not 5 because one football picture is like here. This is the key. This is the scale which is used here. It's liked by 10 students. So baseball is 50, football is 30, soccer is, how many there are? 60, and hockey is 20, and basketball is 40. That's right. So these are the number of students who like their respective game. Now let's have a look here and try to solve these questions. How many students like basketball? Well, we have to go back. Basketball is 40, isn't it? No, that's baseball. So baseball, let's have a look again. 50, right. So 50. What sport is liked by most of the students? Okay, so let's have a look. What is the biggest number? 60. That's soccer, right? Soccer. How many more students like football than hockey? So football is liked by 30 students and hockey is liked by 20 students. So 10 students are more who like football, isn't it? 10. Now order the name from the most to least popular form of sports looking at the data. So the most popular sport is soccer, then comes the baseball, then comes the basketball, then comes the football, and then comes the hockey. So this is the most popular first, and this is the second, this is the third, this is the fourth, and this is the fifth. Right? Now you have some questions for you to practice. So look at these questions on the given 2 slides one by one and try to work out them using your concepts which you have just studied with me right now. So that's all we have today in our today's lesson, this video. For more videos, please visit justtutors.com. Thank you. Have a great day ahead.